So welcome everyone. My name is Serhat. I'm one of the co-founders of Resmo, and I'm really happy to today introduce you our new feature, SaaS Discovery. So we are going to upload this on YouTube, and if you are watching this afterwards, not live, we are still looking for feedback, and your feedback on this feature will help us evolve it and make it better, hopefully. And keep in mind that you can always ask questions about it afterwards using our intercom chat or email address. We are happy to chat with you. So today we are going to focus on this new feature, but before that, I'd like to make a very quick short intro about us. So my name is Serhat, and previously I worked at Opsgenie and then Atlassian for about in total 6 years. So my co-founder is also here today with me. He also worked at Atlassian and Opsgenie and as an SRE architect. So we founded the company in 2021, and right now we had many big milestones already, and this is one of them. And among those milestones, we now have over 100 active customers worldwide, and our native integrations count is now above 70. So let's start with the problem before we dive into our new feature, SaaS Discovery. Just to give you a quick overview of what we are going to talk about today. So we are going to talk about the problem and we are trying to solve. And we are going to talk a little bit about Resmo, not a lot. And then we are going to deep dive into SaaS Discovery, what kind of problems we are trying to solve with this new feature. And then Mustafa will show you the actual thing. So we will do a live demo. So the problem we are focused on, with Resmo is that cloud and SaaS attack surface is expanding exponentially. Just to give you an example, when we started Resmo, after a couple of months, we started using 30 different tools. All sorts of SaaS tools. It can be related to development, it can be related to accounting, HR, really anything, and the number is just kept increasing. And there are researchers, if you have 100 employees, you would have over 60 plus SaaS tools, and just keeping track of them is almost impossible. What's happening in those tools, who are really using, logging into those tools, whether are they configured properly, is there any misconfiguration? It's really hard to secure. Management is one thing, just security is almost impossible. Security engineers really have a hard time getting visibility into the potential issues in those tools. And one of the biggest problems that makes it really hard is that every cloud and SaaS vendor, they have their own APIs, their own jargons. Really, you have to build an interface to talk to them and build a really powerful rule engine that would track if something is wrong. And really, that's the problem we are trying to solve at Resmo today. So there's this quote from VentureBeat. Like right now, 94% of enterprises, they use cloud or SaaS services, and they have sensitive data. So which means all these cloud vendors that we use, SaaS vendors that we use, we have to get visibility. What's happening in those tools are, because my data is there, just any simple mistake can really turn into a security incident very quickly. That's really, a big challenge in today's modern environment. And our approach is we want to approach this problem continuously, because everything in cloud is changing so fast. Doing this only daily or weekly or quarterly, security reviews, they are not enough. Everything is changing so fast. Your cloud attack surface is expanding. Your cloud exposure monitoring needs to be continuous. So our approach is doing this continuously for all these tools that we natively integrate with. And right now we introduce SaaS application discovery, or in short SaaS discovery, because we believe it's the first step. We repeatedly got this feedback that security engineers, They even have a hard time, keeping track of the tools used across the company. We have these integrations, but they know there are other tools they want to integrate with Resmo, but they have no idea. Marketing team is using something, sales team is using another thing. It's really hard to keep track. And really, the critical data is there, so they want to get visibility. So, SaaS application discovery. So we are going to talk about this, but right now, what we really, are proud of at Resmo is that our asset inventories, coverage. We do have 70 plus integrations with all sorts of cloud and SaaS assets that really a modern company integrates with. And we do automated risk identification and compliance checks on these assets we collect. So we don't just, collect an asset and leave everything up to you. We create dashboards, we create reports, and we identify risky assets to help you, focus on what really matters. So, as we mentioned integrations, just to give you a few examples, we have a full list on resmo.com/integrations page. So we do integrate with cloud platforms, not limited to these ones, but all the major platforms, DigitalOcean, AWS, Google Cloud, Azure, identity and access tools like Google Workspace, Okta, GMF, DevOps tools like Slack, GitHub, and many others, including some key tools like Google Drive, or other security tools like Cynic. And we do have official partnerships with many of these tools, so we provide the best coverage for many of them. So what is Resmo in very simple terms? As we define, Resmo is a single pane of glass for your cyber asset attack surface management. You have all these cyber assets scattered around. Your employees are, using these tools, creating assets. Your attack surface is expanding very fast and changing very fast. It's just Resmo gives you a single platform to manage all these assets. So, one of our customers, Forward Financing, for example, as they define, Resmo gave them a centralized platform to view, query, and secure every asset they have on cloud. And they have their biggest pain point was just the centralization of these assets, all this information. So they have they want to ask a question, we have the answer. That's really the magic of Resmo. And today's topic, SaaS discovery. That's a problem that we discovered through our early users. We wanted to help them solve one of their biggest pain points, and SaaS discovery is a result of that, those discussions. So with SaaS discovery, as we define it, SaaS discovery is about finding every app, every SaaS app your employees use, and identify security issues or compliance issues like password strengths. So our goal here is to ensure that security teams have visibility into tools, used across the company, and they have control over what is allowed and what is not. That's really the core value of SaaS discovery, and the benefits that really the use cases that of SaaS discovery is basically the first one is the fundamental one, discovering the apps. What are the apps used across my company? Is there any app that is not? That I don't know. It's just, not just the ones that but also the ones that you have no idea. That usually called shadow IT. So, that's those are the things that you really need to get visibility into. And as the companies get bigger, it's really hard to get visibility into those, those applications. And the other one is you sometimes want to enforce certain login methods, or you want to give certain permissions and maybe not allow certain permissions or access. And we really, through those, SaaS discovery methods, we try to identify these methods and permissions that your employees give to these tools, so you can define if there is any over permissive, rights, and detect other security weaknesses like weak passwords, for example. And so you can, help fix those, critical issues before they become vulnerabilities. And we don't have this yet, but our vision is, as we identify these issues, we want to empower users, who are actually responsible for these things. If they, someone uses a weak password, they should be able to be notified and fix those issues. So we have the issues. Notifying those users will be our second way. So definitely looking, after you try SaaS discovery, let us know what other features you want to see, and we'll be happy to discuss them. And so I'm going to show you in the next slide, how all this, SaaS discovery thing works. But just to give you deeper insights, I want to tell you that, we have 70 plus native integrations. And right now, SaaS discovery works with Google Workspace, but we will definitely, we are definitely considering integrating with others like Okta, Slack, and others, integrating the data we collect with SaaS discovery, so we can even tell you, more about the tools used across your company, because those integrations, those native integrations we have, can also support the data in SaaS discovery. But also can give you, even deeper insights. So definitely, we have a free plan, and if you want to try the native integrations, you can also use them right now. So how does this SaaS discovery works? How do you discover the apps? So there are right now two ways. So the first one is the APIs, what we mean, the integrations we have. And as I mentioned in the previous slide, we do use Google Workspace right now to discover the logins through Google Login. And that really, with just, a couple of clicks, that really gives you a lot of insights on what kind of tools your team is using. And you can even take action on those tools and revoke access from those tools within the same UI. So you don't have to go to Google Workspace UI and try to figure out things. You can do all these things within Resmo. And the other right now way of discovering these assets is the browser extension. Right now we have Google Chrome and Edge Chrome browser extensions, and through those extensions we track all sorts of logins from the browser. And just to share more info on this, we do only collect which tools your team is logging into. We don't really, we don't track usage information. You can configure what kind of emails you want to track within Resmo, and it's really a simple integration, simple browser extension. So you can just install it within a click and send all your employees an email about the installation and share the details. So after with these two methods, Resmo's Resmo SaaS discovery just works out of the box, so you don't need to do anything. You can track your see your employees, what kind of tools they use from the UI, and discover all the apps within the apps view. So Mustafa is going to show you within a minute, and you can also get alerts on these violations. So let me give the microphone to Mustafa, and he is going to show you how actually it works. And if you have any questions afterwards, we'll be here to answer. So I'm monitoring the Q&A section as well. Just feel free to shoot your questions as Mustafa shows you SaaS discovery.
Thanks, Serhat. Hello, everyone. I'm Mustafa. I'm going to show you how our SaaS discovery feature works. And if you have any questions, please write through chat, or afterwards write through Twitter, mail, intercom, any channel you want. Just a second, let me share my screen. Yes. For SaaS discovery to work, we need to configure a directory integration. What directory integration means that we have to know our employees somehow, because we want to track the users by each employee. By tracking, we don't mean tracking the activities for every hour, every minute, but we want to just capture the login information, but we also need to associate them with actual users in your company. Therefore, we integrate with Google Workspace, Duo, Azure Active Directory, Jump Cloud, Okta, and Slack, even HR tools like Bamboo. But the most important and useful integration here is Google Workspace. Regardless of your integration, we advise you to create an integration with Google Workspace, because on the internet there's login with Google buttons. We can capture whenever someone uses that button in your company, and we can get more information about it, like the permissions given easily, and there is also data there. We don't have to wait new data to come, new logins to come, and it's useful. I will show you the kind of data we collect later. Additionally, we have a browser extension. This browser extension captures the login information, as Serhat said, and we only store the password hashed in locally. We don't get your passwords, and we just check if that password is weak or shared among the tools you already log into, again locally. There is a link for every employee in your company, and when you configure the directory integration, we can send this link to everyone. You can see who is not have installed the integration yet, and you can send them reminder emails like this easily. And later on, we will show you also how to install it in your company via MDM tools, but it's another topic. Additionally, if you want, you can specify which domains to capture from. I mean, our domain is resmo.com, obviously. We can say that just capture me logins from resmo.com, but don't capture it logins from Gmail or any personal mails. Because it can be personal data, but we advise users to create different browser profiles just in case to separate their work usage. We also have an inactive timeout period settings here. That's the browser extension just pings us every day, but if we don't have any information, any heartbeat from browser extension, we consider it inactive and redirect user to install it again. By default, that duration is 7 days, and you can increase it further. We also have a support contact because this will be mass deployed to your users. They will probably have questions. What is this? What about it? And what does it do? And as you see, we have the integration here, and it says that the Resmo certificate is connected to our account, Resmo account, and this is your emails. But if you have any questions, you can contact this user, and that's it. I mean, once you have the integration, once you have configured the directory integration complete, we will list your employees here, and you will be able to see which tools they use, which browsers they have installed the extension, and if they have any issues. For example, we can sort these users by issues. I have the most issues. I use a lot of tools, but sometimes I give more permissions to those tools than I need. And you can see quickly here if there are any permissions that is risky by we have indicators like this tool only has 2 permissions, but it can edit the files in Google Drive. But for example, another tool like HubSpot is a popular tool for marketing and sales, but it can send email on your behalf or manage the list of sites and domains you control. These are very dangerous permissions. Not that they are not necessary, but they are dangerous. I mean, HubSpot using it might be okay, but if some other tool uses it, it can indicate a problem. And in this tab, you can see the related issues here. I use the weak password in HubSpot before using Google authentication. We also capture these issues. On that third tab, if you have made other integrations in Resmo, we have a free text search, and you can search by mail of the user and see the other related resources. But let's not dive into that in this code. As you see, we can list all of the issues here, and if someone has still not installed the browser, we can send them a reminder here. The other view we have is the apps view. By this apps view, we list all the unique apps discovered in your applications. We support more than 1,000 different applications in our detection algorithms, and we can list them. I mean, there are lots of tools a company uses. On average, a company uses more than 100 tools starting their life, and they might be useful, they might be not useful. Sometimes the ease of login with Google button lets you log into things like where is it, TikTok. So for demonstration purposes, of course, we logged into TikTok with our company email, and for the login with Google, permissions, we can revoke the access here. If this tool is having an excessive permission, you can revoke it per user or per everyone from here. We also list the issues if they have any. For example, in New Relic, there are issues. For example, Beza has used the weak password here. We can list the issues, and we can detect if anything is missing, and if any action needs to be taken for that person. On the next versions of our SaaS Discover feature, we will automate these features and let the users work on fixing those issues. We will monitor if they have changed their passwords, or we will tell them this application is not approved for use. Please don't use it. Kind of automations will be there, and if there are any new tool has been detected, you will be able to get notified to it, and you can filter those by number of issues. As expected, the HubSpot has the most issues, and the Jump Cloud or Slack has the most issues here. And you can search by any other tool, like by their name, and it will show you who is using it, which emails they are using it with, and it provides an overview of what's being used in your company easily, and it requires very less effort to implement compared to other solutions. You don't need to configure complicated firewalls or monitor extensive traffic centrally. It is distributed to users, and combined with the Google Workspaces information that we can collect, we can provide a very much detailed and actionable information here. If there are any questions, I'll be happy to deep dive to them. See.
So, thank you, Mustafa. And folks, as you know, it looks like there's no question for now. Again, you can reach out to us through our email, whatever channel works for you guys, really. And you can take a look at our documentation. We have an extensive documentation for SaaS discovery, and you can log in using just one click through saasdiscovery.com/SaaS, resmo.com/SaaS discovery page. And really, it's just, you have any Google admin permission. It really requires one click, and you will get immediate insights. And one of the cool things is this is what you just show is completely free, and you can try it out for unlimited number of employees. So thanks for joining us today. Let's keep in touch on social media, and please share your feedback with us. We are looking forward to hearing from you.